Hey, hello friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel Echo Aftab. In my today's class, we will be understanding about concepts of utility. Myself, Aftab Bhai. As you know, in our previous video, we understood about what is the meaning of utility, and then later we understood about what are the features of utility. So moving ahead one step, today we'll try to understand few concepts of utility. So let us start with concepts of utility. The first thing to understand about utility is we need to differentiate between what is cardinal utility and what is ordinal utility. Friends, the distinction between cardinal utility and ordinal utility is often observed by economists. For your information, the terms cardinal and ordinal have been borrowed from mathematics. So let us see what cardinal utility means and what ordinal utility is. So cardinal utility. The numbers such as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. are cardinal numbers. Example, what does cardinal number means? The number 4 here is twice the size of the number 2. What does it mean? So in this situation, if I am speaking about 4, what is this 4? 2 plus 2 is 4. So what is 4? As I said, it is twice the size of number 2. It is twice the size of number 2. Similarly, if I speak about number 1, what is number 1? If you add 1 plus 1, that is equal to 2. So here this plus that we are doing, or else if I say 4 minus 2 is 2, this subtraction that we are doing, all this is possible when we are speaking about cardinal numbers. So the numbers system 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. are called as cardinal numbers. Here we can follow the basic addition, subtraction, multiplication of things with regard to cardinal numbers. Now how these cardinal numbers are related to utility, let us see. According to the concept of cardinal utility, it is possible to measure and compare the utilities of two commodities. Here we are speaking about measurement of utility and comparison of utility between two goods. So here I would like to highlight this particular case, that is measurement. So here under cardinal utility, we say utility is measurable. In the words of Asimopoulos, cardinal utility functions make it possible to utility, at least conceptually, in the same manner as thermometers measure temperature. I'll repeat, cardinal utility function makes it possible to utility, at least conceptually, in the same manner as thermometers measure temperature. So what Asimopoulos is trying to tell is telling that because of cardinal utility, we are able to measure utility similarly as thermometers measure temperature. Then what is ordinal utility? According to the concept of ordinal utility, it is not possible to measure the utilities. Here we would like to highlight the thing, it is not possible to measure the utilities, but it can be compared, but the utility can be compared. So what it means is the ordinal numbers are ordered or ranked. So here I would like to say first rank, second rank, third rank, fourth rank, etc. So here if I give you a choice, if I ask you, would you like mango ice cream or vanilla ice cream? You would say that my first preference would be for mango and my second preference would be for vanilla. So here you are giving your preferences on the basis of ordinal numbers. You are giving them the ranks. If I ask you which is your favorite subject, is it economics or is it history? So few students may say that economics is my favorite subject. Few other students may say history is my favorite subject and economics is the least favorite subject. Similarly, most of the time if you ask the students about the preference for mathematics, they give least preference for mathematics. So when they are giving their preferences, so if I say first preference for economics, second preference for history, third preference for mathematics, this 1, 2 and 3 are over here. First rank, second rank, third rank, you are either ranking them or you are giving them certain specific order. So when you are giving the order, it becomes ordinal utility. Now where this cardinal utility and ordinal utility things comes, here the thing comes only when we are speaking about measuring utility or comparing utility. Measurement and comparison is possible when we speak about numbers such as 1, 2, 3, 4, whereas ordinal when we are speaking, we are giving them the ranks. What is the rank? We say first, second, third, fourth, etc. So this is the basic difference between cardinal utility and ordinal utility. Now who followed cardinal utility and who gave emphasis to ordinal utility? Let us see in our next slide. Ordinal utility permits us to say what the consumers prefer but does not indicate how much. It doesn't give the magnitude of preference, but it just gives us as to what consumers are preferring. Professor Marshall advocated cardinal approach to utility, whereas modern economists like Hicks and Allen have supported the ordinal approach and replaced the utility analysis by indifference curve analysis. So I would like to just pull your attention over here. When we are speaking about, friends, cardinal utility, cardinal approach to utility, which was advocated by Professor Marshall, here we will be speaking about law of diminishing marginal utility and law of equi-marginal utility. See the terms marginal utility. So marginal utility analysis comes under cardinal approach. The modern economists such as Hicks and Allen, they criticized the cardinal approach, telling that it is not able to measure utility, and they came up with ordinal approach to utility. And under ordinal approach to utility, our subject matter will be indifference curve analysis. So in consumer behavior, we basically study about cardinal approach and ordinal approach. Under cardinal approach, the first law of economics we will be studying is law of diminishing marginal utility, and the second law that we will be studying is law of equi-marginal utility, and the third case will be with regard to indifference curve analysis, about which we will be dealing in later classes. So as of now, we will be focusing only on what Professor Marshall is saying with regard to cardinal approach. To understand cardinal approach, we need to know two more concepts of utility, and we shall proceed for that. Let us see what it is. Total utility and marginal utility. What is total utility and what is marginal utility? So total utility, friends, is the amount of utility derived from the consumption of all the units of commodity at the disposal of the consumer. Consumption of all the units. We are speaking about all the units. Whereas what is marginal utility? See, I am giving more emphasis on marginal utility because entire microeconomics or Marshallian analysis is purely based on marginal analysis. So our first concept related to marginal term is marginal utility. So what is this marginal utility? Marginal utility is the amount of utility derived from the consumption of an additional unit of a commodity. Please pay attention to this term, additional unit. The entire economics is not global economics to all the units. We speak about the immediate preference or immediate decision that we need to take. So here we speak about additional unit of a commodity. So it will be more clear now what it is. What is this additional utility of a commodity giving us utility? Or you can say marginal utility is the difference made to the total utility by additional unit of a commodity. So we can say marginal utility is the difference made to the total utility, that is total utility. Now total utility n minus total utility that I had previously. So if my present total utility, that is after consuming all the goods, let us say I have consumed 5 units of a commodity, and from 5 units of a commodity I have got 50 units of utility, 50 utils of utility. And when I am consuming the 6th unit, my utility is 60. So now it is 60 and previously it was 50. So what is the change? It is 10. That is what is the difference. The difference made to the total utility by additional unit. As I said, additional unit. So I'll make it more easier. I'm consuming 5 units of a commodity and my utility is 50. When I'm consuming the 6th unit of a commodity, just a second. Now let us say I'm consuming 5 units of commodity, and from this 5 units I'm getting 50 utils of satisfaction. When I'm consuming the 6th unit, how much utility I'm getting? Or you can say from 5 units of the commodity, my total utility is 50. From 6 units of commodity, my total utility is 60. So what is the difference? 60 minus 50, that is 10. So this 10 utils I am getting it from the additional unit, and which is the additional unit? It is 6. So from 6th unit, how much I am getting? I am getting 10 utils. So this 10 becomes our marginal utility. So marginal utility can be defined as the rate of change of total utility by a small change in the quantity of a commodity. Intentionally I have brought this particular meaning of marginal utility in our today's class. So what I want to tell here is marginal utility can also be defined as the rate of change of total utility by a small change in the quantity of a commodity. So what is this rate of change? Friends, I would like to say change in total utility because of change in quantity. Just a second. Change in total utility because of change in quantity is what is marginal utility. So this rate of change, this is what is telling us the rate of change. Here I told you all marginal utility is the difference, that is total utility n minus total utility n minus 1. So this is one way of understanding what is marginal utility. This is the another way of understanding what is marginal utility. The discussion with regard to rate of change, I'll keep it reserved for our mathematical part of utility. So as you know, I am having a playlist of mathematics for economics. In that we will be discussing about this delta TU divided by delta Q. Purely it is mathematical concept, and in order to make you people understand how marginal utility and mathematics is related, I have brought this particular definition for your understanding. Okay. Now let us move ahead and see a numerical example of total utility and marginal utility. So here we are having total utility and marginal utility. We understood what is total utility and what is marginal utility. So according to Mayer's, total utility is the sum of marginal utilities. What he is trying to tell? Total utility is equal to the sum of marginal utilities. What it is? That is, total utility is summation of marginal utility. Then what is marginal utility? Marginal utility is differentiating the total utility with respect to the quantity. So the two terms, total utility and marginal utility. When we are speaking about marginal utility, we make use of calculus, or you can say we make use of differential calculus in order to understand the change in utility, the rate of change in utility. Let us say you are consuming one apple, and from the consumption of this first apple you are getting 10 utils of utility. You are very hungry, you are consuming the first apple, and from this first apple you are getting 10 utils of utility. Now when you consume the second apple, let us assume that you are getting 8 utils of utility. If you are consuming the third apple, from the consumption of third apple you are getting 6 utils of utility. You may ask me, sir, why you are taking this number 10, 8, 6? There is a special reason for this, which I will be discussing in the next class. As of now, for our convenience, let us take as it is on the face value. From the first apple we are getting 10 utils of satisfaction. From the second apple we are getting 8 utils of satisfaction. From the third apple we are getting 6 utils of satisfaction. Similarly, from the fourth apple we are getting 2 utils of satisfaction. So friends, altogether how many apples we are consuming? We are consuming 4 apples. Now from this 4 apples, how much utility you are getting? So what we do is 10 plus 8 plus 6 plus 2. That is what is our total utility. So in this case, this 26 that we have got is our total utility. And how we have got it? This numbers 10, 8, 6, 10. From the first apple we have got 10. From the second apple we have got 8. From the third apple we have got 6. And from the fourth apple we have got 2 utils of satisfaction. So this 10 plus 8 plus 6 plus 2, that is summation of marginal utilities. This is our marginal utility. So from when you add up all these things, what you are getting is the total utility. So this is what is total utility and marginal utility. So today we understood these concepts because it will be helpful for us to understand the next topic that we will be discussing, and it is about law of diminishing marginal utility. So with the basic understanding about what is cardinal utility and then understanding about what is total utility and marginal utility, in my next class I will deal with the first law that normally the students of economics study in economics, and that is the law of diminishing marginal utility. So friends, till my next class, please take care, stay happy and keep watching my videos, and thank you very much for watching Understanding Economics with Professor Aftab. Thank you very much. Stay tuned for my next videos. Thank you. Tata. Bye bye. Take care.